Don't look under the internet.
Look at that.
I think we're just going to have you do both.
Sunk it up perfectly.
Dude, the last episode was a breeze to fucking edit. Oh, it was so nice.
Well, and the problem is...
I agree.
Yeah. You see, the problem is...
You know? God.
Hello, everyone.
We harmonized there. We harmonized.
Wouldn't say it's perfect pitch, but I'm really good at harmonizing with like any tune.
Any tune or tone?
Tone.
So if I make one, you'll harmonize with it?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa. I can't go that deep.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. That was cool. Whoa.
I can just do
That
it.
was so fast.
I got the perfect pitch or
I
whatever
hate you
it's
and
called.
Kelly in the same room because she does the same shit. She can words and sounds. You do it one time.
I'm a good mimic, yeah. I can mimic whatever. When Amelia just talks her gibberish, I'll just do it back to her and she'll be like,
what?
what the fuck?
Why are you doing this to me? You're like those birds that can mimic chainsaws in the Amazon.
Starlings can do that. Fun fact.
They can really?
Starlings are better than like parrots at mimicking voices.
There's a bird that has, I forget how many vocal cords, but it's similar to how many we have, and it lives in a jungle.
Oh, yeah, I've heard him.
When they do deforesting.
Yeah, and they're just imitating the trucks and the chainsaws.
You're just like,
fucking creepy.
Jesus.
I get how like native villages or like pioneer or pilgrims or something thought woods were haunted.
Oh, yeah.
Because the minute I'm in a woods by myself and I just hear
Hello.
I'm like, uh-oh.
And I pooped.
Yep.
There's poop everywhere.
There's poop everywhere. Welcome everyone to There's Poop
Welcome.
Everywhere.
A podcast. No.
Oh, don't look under the internet. The podcast where there's poop and it's everywhere.
Everywhere.
Here's my co-host, Poopy.
Hello.
Jason.
Poopy Jason here.
I'm Mike.
No, you're Poopy Mike.
Poopy Mike.
Come on.
As you'll notice, Doug and a Moot are not here today, and that's
Because they're fucking each other in the woods.
honestly, yeah. 'Tis the season, so
To wander to the woods and get fucked.
yeah. No, they're off until next week. So we're gonna see how that goes, and it's
think it'll go
just
fine.
Jason and me, which I think the glitter episode was
Glitter,
the last you
yep.
and me one.
That was a fun one.
It was a fun one.
We have fun when it's the two of us, and I don't want to say we don't have fun with Doug and Matt. However,
We don't.
there is less fun, less loudly to sift through.
Mhm.
I think it's a
Less
good way to
voice.
put it.
It's more
Yeah.
efficient.
Oh
this
yeah,
way.
absolutely. We get sidetracked and everything. So maybe we'll be able to buckle down and really sink our fucking teeth into whatever the fuck it is we're talking about.
We're gonna
today.
see right after Diluti.
Clap above
Housekeeping.
your head.
Easy one today. We have one new person I want to shout out. It's Zidruik.
What?
Zidruik. Zidruik. Zidruik.
I'm gonna say Zederic
Zederic.
because that sounds cool.
Fuck you and your
Fuck
hard
you,
to say name.
Zederic. No, I like that one.
No, you know what? It's original. 10 out of 10. I will give it.
I would give that name to an eldritch god.
Ooh, yeah, that does sound kind of cosmic
horror-y.
Lovecraftian, yeah. Zederic.
Zederic.
That's our one. Thank you, Zederic, or whatever your name is, for subscribing. You can subscribe, too, if you go to our website, deludi.com, or patreon.com/deludipod. Yeah, today... Oh, that concludes housekeeping. Concluded.
Now we know.
Yeah, we got an interesting one today.
We have a one.
On face value of looking at it, it looks terrifying.
Oh yeah, and honestly, it is. There are some very, very, very
a lot of
terrifying aspects
great
here.
imagery
Yes.
in this.
If you like culty things, if you like analog horror, if you
I
like
have seen the words hillbilly, satanic hillbilly ritual.
yeah,
I've seen that at least 5 times when describing what this is. So
This is like if The Hills Have Eyes were a legit cult. I feel like that's what we have going on here.
it takes.
And I'm sure everyone around is listening to this knows exactly what we're referring to, right? Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, everyone here is just like us. It takes a dark mind to
It does. God damn it.
appreciate
God.
what we're looking at today.
That was a good one. You got me with that one.
We're looking at DARKMIND today, specifically DARKMIND 1 on YouTube.
Yes.
So this is a pretty quick, pretty short
it's a fun.
collection of stuff.
This
I
is
guess.
like a-
analog horror / just collection of things.
Yeah, it's almost like a, I don't know, almost like a gallery of the
weird.
creepy and
Yeah.
the weird.
Yeah, a lot of this, the imagery looks very fun. And I picked it because I believe it was Theo from The Sun Vanished. Someone asked them if they had any recommendations, and they said DARKMIND is a very fun story that they wish gotten some continuation. And wouldn't you know it, it kind of did.
Yeah, it started to.
Yeah, so I wanted to check it out just based off of what Theo said. They didn't recommend it to us. I just saw on Twitter
as
that
a
someone-
recommendation?
Yeah, they just posted about it on Twitter, and I was like, oh, fuck it, why not?
By the way, on Twitter today, so a week ago from when you're hearing this, there's just hide your image previews on Twitter. There are so many upsetting images there right now.
It's wild.
It's not okay.
No, it's spooky pooky. So I say we just dive into this. What do you think?
I think that's the best way to do it. We got a fucking catalog to get through.
Yeah. So I, unfortunately, and I say unfortunately in kind of a good way, but I'm going to pretty much cliff note the shit out of the first like 7 videos here.
Honestly, you're probably going to cliff note the shit out of the first 23.
Very
videos.
true. So we're going to start all the way off at the beginning. And you look like you're ready to swing that back. Are you trying to swing that back, or are you just holding on to it?
I was gonna, but again, I don't have any talking to do unless I'm making fun of you or adding to something.
Do you want a clinky drinky real
Why
quick?
not?
What are we drinking?
Oh,
what are you drinking? What are you thinking? There's a bottle here and it's empty.
Honk.
Yeah.
It's leftovers
Yeah.
from last
You
time.
want some leftovers?
It's
Bullet.
honestly, it's more bullet.
More
It's
bullet.
good. It does bring me back to last week and the hangover
Turns out
I
they
had.
drank a lot last week.
Ooh, buddy, we drank a lot.
I haven't been down here in the week, and that bottle is like empty.
The handle, yeah, it's a big boy.
So, first video we're gonna start off with is called 4 a.m. I'm in a nightmare, and it is a very high art, like artsy, student film style thing where it's just a bunch of like creepy imagery. Starts off with like this like little toy bear in its bed, and there's this shadow that keeps going by, and the bear's like, "What the fuck?" It gets up. It's kind of stop motion-esque.
Okay.
And then it shows like this creepy face, and the bear disappears. And then it's just more random creepy aesthetics. There's like a person with what looks like a pillow sack over its head with like the eyes drawn on, like what's in the thumbnail. And they're just sitting in a chair. And they're just kind of going like back and forth, kind of swinging like that. And there's some other imagery of like a person that looks like they're kind of wearing like a weird mask. And I think there's like a doll head in it as well. And it's just creepy for creepy's sake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's nothing like,
It's Halloween.
honestly, yeah, it's more just unsettling, if anything.
I do like the unsettling,
Yeah.
and that face that you see as the thumbnail. That's just that is
It's
unsettling.
a fucking pillow sack, yeah. The next one is just Summoning Antitheus trailer, and it's just a trailer for the next video that's gonna be coming up.
Oh, good.
Called Summoning Antitheus, which this is when you get into that like trailer park Satanism a little bit. It is literally like this imagery of I thought it was supposed to be Baphomet, but it might be whoever this Antitheus guy is.
He's got the Baphomet cross.
Yeah, and I'll show you what I mean just because like I expect it to be Baphomet, but the fact that it's called Antitheus makes me think it's supposed to be that character. And
It could be. It's
So it's hard
It's
to
definitely
honestly say.
satanic imagery.
yeah, everything is satanic with this one, which I dig the imagery. I dig all that stuff. It's very fun. Everything looks hand drawn too. Like there's a book full of like instructions and sigils.
Yeah.
It all
Oh
looks
my-
hand drawn.
This
It's
is
very impressive looking.
really fucking cool.
yeah.
You definitely, there's Lucifer right there.
The not spoilers, but a running theme that you'll see in this entire channel. The art is fantastic.
Oh, it's so fucking good.
Love it. This was not at all one of my favorites. Unfortunately, not to get too down on this thing too immediately.
That is the Baphomet.
That's Baphomet
cross.
Yeah. So not to get down on this thing, it just wasn't my most favorite thing we've covered, but the art is up there as one of my favorites that we've covered. So I would watch this just for the art.
Like, look at
alone.
that.
It's very fun.
I'm commenting on visuals that no one can see. I'll stop. That's
No, you're
got to
good.
be really
But
fucking annoying.
It's very much just visuals of people essentially setting up like some sort of like devil worship seance type of thing. Like they have like the pentagram on the floor. There's people in robes that appear, but it's nothing like cohesive. It's just like flashes of all these
it's
things.
like little boop bloop. Boop,
yeah,
boop.
but it's very much your typical like summoning the devil aesthetic, which is kind of fun.
Well, I mean, especially in the first, what I'm seeing, like the first 4, there's just heavy.
A lot of it's
satanic
heavy.
imagery.
The next one's called Daemonium.
Yep, there it is.
Yep, and it's just it's an image of this guy. He kind of looks like he's in like priest robes, but
satanic priest robes.
Satanic priest robes with like more of a demonic face with like horns, and he's holding these candles, and it's just creepy because like I love the one thing I love about this image. Not to talk too much about images on a audio podcast,
right? I know.
But nothing here is moving except the candle lights.
They're just flickering.
I love that. It's it's just a subtle little thing.
It adds so much though.
I love it. Yeah. But it's just more imagery. And more art of this demon that we see.
My God. Okay. I did not watch these beginning ones. I only watched the section that I had. Watching this it's kind of like watching somebody set something up.
Yeah. Well, here's the downside. That's it with the demon stuff.
Oh man.
Yeah. So that's why I think these first couple are just this creator.
Yeah.
Just kind of showcasing what they can make.
You know what?
And just having fun with it. You know what I mean?
So everything that you just talked about in the titles has something to do with like demons or Satanism in some way. I'm looking at the next couple, and the thing that they have in common, except for one of them, is either MP4 or found footage, which, in my opinion, is close to the same thing.
That's why I think they were. I think the beginning of this was just a fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they had great fun ideas. I just want to put out there. Nothing is attaching together. It's just here's some fun satanic imagery.
Here's some really fucking cool art.
Yeah.
Here's a very loose, not very important story to go with it, just in case.
The next video is called nighttrip.mp4, and
the image.
it is like a clown mask. It's 45 seconds of a person wearing a clown mask. It is
unsettling.
Pretty unsettling. I don't like it.
It looks like it's wrapped in saran wrap.
That's the point. Yeah, it kind of does in the video too. But it's just a clown face. Like it's just this. I'm not.
We're not.
It's just it's just a clown face, and there's like a doll that like a Barbie doll head that they like painted like the eyes black and like gave it like a red like creepy smile, and it just kind of stays on that for a bit. So again, more just unsettling stuff to be unsettling.
Yep.
The next one is called Unnerving Found Footage Pictures I Made, My Unnerving Found Footage Pictures, and it is literally just a bunch of creepy pictures. That's where I think this guy again is just showcasing his art and his creations. A lot of cool stuff. This one's called the Corpse Walker.
It's almost like the spine and skull are coming out of this thing.
It's fucking cool. This guy knows how to make some cool art. Dead roots, like
it's like a wireframe. Oh my god, yeah.
Guy makes some cool ass shit.
That's cool. That's Jesus. Some of these are really unsettling.
That's what I'm saying. Like I love.
Yeah, guys, go check out this artwork.
I love the aesthetic they have going on. It's very creepy.
It's dreadful. Like it gives you this sense of unease and dread. I like it. Just unknown.
Yeah, it's definitely up there as, again, one of my favorite artistically speaking.
Oh, hell yeah.
No Sleep Tonight is the next video. It's pretty much the same as the Night Trip one. It's just a bunch of creepy aesthetics just to be creepy. They don't mean anything. They're very haphazardly thrown together.
Yeah.
It's just creepy for creepy's sake.
Okay.
That's where the original ones that I originally intended to cover ended.
Okay.
Next, we're going to Doug's topic. Doug, take it away.
All right, go.
What's that?
He lost his vocal cords.
Oh. I am handsome. Thank you so much, Doug. What was that? One more time? No, you're not stupid. Don't say that. You're a smart boy. All right. So the next one, I'll take over for Doug. The next one is called endstreet.mp4. And we start off with this like black and white photo with the title of The End Street. Get a bit of text on here. that is asking about a man that's standing across the street with a chopped head, and the head is like floating there, and this person is like holding something. And in the text, they're like, "Is it a weapon? Like, what's he holding? I don't know." It cuts to a close up of the image that they're referring to, and it's this creepy face. You get this jump scare of it. Even it's a jump scare of this scary face, but there's no like. It's just like this a zoomed in enhanced picture.
The next thing you're about to the scary stories.
Yeah, this art is kind of reminiscent of Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
I didn't really put that together, but seeing that, some of this artwork it reminds me of that, just without the color and maybe done in charcoal versus like pen.
Doug put this outline together. This is all Doug's outline. I'm reading off it because I watched the videos, looked at what he wrote down. I was like,
100%.
That's all you need. So the next one is called VHS Tape 1, Noises in the Old House. So this guy starts off with someone recording, a recording of someone shining a flashlight around like an old looking home. Like it's kind of dusty. Some stuff is kind of tattered looking. It's nighttime. The date is September 29th, 2007. Odd thing about that is they're using like a VHS filter and no one's using VHS in 2007. But we'll look past it. So
just glance over. Don't pay attention.
There's a couple of those that happen.
It makes sense if you don't think about it.
Yeah. In the background, there's this like eerie ambient noise going on. It kind of creeps in, so it's kind of like chilling a little bit, and it's a little hard to make out anything. But these, as they're like going around, the tapes will like pause at certain times.
Yes.
And it'll reveal these faces that are appearing around a corner or something.
I had some of this in mind.
Yeah. Now, I like it because you get to see some creepy stuff. It's fun. Now,
here's what I'll say: the draw, like the artwork portion, amazing. The video editing portion
could be a little better.
Could be better. I don't want to shit on this.
This is definitely a younger person making this themselves. So I am going to give hats off to them.
Fuck yeah.
If this was like a bigger name or someone that was doing this like a full time.
Look at what we do with like 8 people.
Exactly.
Like
nothing. Nothing at all.
Nothing of substance.
Exactly. So I'm giving my hats off to him. Yeah, it's janky. It's not smooth. It's rough in a lot of parts, but all in all, it's some kid that made this on their own time for fun, and they blended their own art into it. So I'm not mad.
No, fuck
but
no.
I do think it is fun to poke fun at this without,
you know what they say,
destroying it.
You criticize the things you love.
Exactly.
Because you want to see them get better.
Exactly. And DARKMIND, if you're out there listening to this, which why are you?
Why?
Don't take any of this as like harsh criticism.
No.
Because we're a bunch of idiots that are just talking about a thing you made. I've never made a thing. I don't know how hard it is. So I'm not even going to begin to be like,
you made some things.
Suck. I'm not even going to be like, this sucks, do better. I'm over that part of my life. But there are little critiques I'll have, but critiques aren't bad. No. Critiques help.
We want to see this get better because we care about it. Like
exactly.
I legitimately find this very cool. The artwork and everything around it is fucking awesome. And I mean, you've got the presentation down.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I think you just need some more time.
Yeah, time is definitely a restraint on a lot of people.
Especially for one person.
Mm-hmm. But let's get back into this real quick.
Yeah, let's stop the dick sucking and let's get back to what we're talking about.
So, like I mentioned before, it's the video pauses at certain times, reveal faces around like corners and whatnot, and peeking into view. Throughout the video, it does tend to keep doing this. One of them, it stops to show this long arm coming into a room, and then it proceeds to show a full face and body of the thing that controls the arm. Right. And then it ends abruptly with this like tiny little jump scare, which the creature looks like it looked. I don't know how to describe it. It looks like a creature. It looks like a fucked up human being, like a demented looking human thing.
Just like amplified the lesser features.
Yeah,
and that's what you got.
Pretty much. The next one is called Funny Man VHS Video.
It's uncanny. That's what it is. That was a fucking word.
Yeah, there you go.
For.
Uncanny. That works. The date on this one is April 12th, 1997. We see a black and white film from inside of a home, and a door opening to, again, just the home. Like we're kind of just investigating another home. It's weird. We now get some text that pops up, and it's just saying, "Is this a nightmare? Is this a nightmare?" It clips over to a creepy looking monster man. I don't know what to call him. He's in a hat and he's standing in the doorway.
Oh, that was the. Okay.
Yeah, the Hat Man.
Yep.
That's what happens when you take too much Benadryl. This is the guy you see.
That's why I don't take Benadryl, because I owe him money.
It asks, "Are you a ghost?" And then the video kind of cuts to this text saying "Showtime" and a shot of the TV with some weird faces like flashing on the screen.
You started breaching into Mark Hamill's The Joker with that one.
Oh yeah,
It's showtime.
I was going for
What is it? Bats.
oh, Batman. I was going for more Jim Carrey's
Ace Ventura.
just for churro. I think yeah.
Okay. I think those are not far off from each other.
Man, I can't do it.
Only Mark Hamill can.
Yeah, only Mark Hamill can. Anyway, so the man in the hat says that it is not a nightmare. It's not a nightmare.
Is this
And
Freddy?
then the video ends.
Freddy?
It might be. Hey, bitch. Showtime. Shit, showtime, bitch.
That's exactly what he would say.
The next one is called The Projector. Display our nightmares. Fun names in these, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
So it starts off showing a creepy, like, monstery man when he's only got one eye. There's some audio playing, but it sounds like an old recording of some like TV show or a radio show or something. You can't really make it out too well. It's very muffled. This is a very short video, and the last couple are pretty short as well. So I'm just kind of brush through some of these.
Yeah,
but
that's fine.
the video is real short, and the last few things that we see here is the one-eyed man. His face is now like mashed in. Like you don't see how it got there. It just shows the one-eyed man, and then it cuts, and his face is just like someone stomped him out.
Just took a piece out. Or
Pretty much.
Fucked it up.
12 is called Unnerving Image Time-Lapse Instagram.
Fucking catchy title.
This is pretty much just him advertising for his Instagram.
Yep.
We start off in a room. It's got these like back room vibes to them. You know what I mean? Where it's kind of like familiar yet haunting.
Yeah.
You know, it seems like the creator, again, is just kind of showcasing his creations, the monsters he can make, things like that. It's just 2 minutes of this man with like a floating head,
Like,
among like other art, but that's the one it focuses on the most.
and is he like, it just, okay.
Yeah, he's like another creepy fucked up humanoid thing, but his
Fair.
head's like
Yeah,
floating
yeah.
off. And like again, it's just 2 minutes. It says him plugging in his Instagram.
Right.
That's all. I mean, the title fucking gives it away.
Yeah. It's not hard to figure out.
Yeah, here we go. Number 13 is called the CSC Corp. We're in analog horror territory a little bit.
Oh, God, yeah.
So this is a rare products company. This is a very short one, extremely short. Yeah. This is literally like a VHS camera zooming in on some sort of tree cube thing. It's like a tree in the shape of a cube.
Oh.
The date says December 7th, 1995. That's
Cool.
It. That's it. It's very short.
Oh, okay. I think I understand the tie-in for the tree.
Yeah. The next one is CSC Corp title music. It's just a music video for this music. That's all it is. There's nothing to it.
Attribution.
Yeah. The next one is CSC Corp, the Broken Man game commercial.
Oh.
This one was kind of it had me for a bit. Lost me a little bit, but it had me for a bit. So it starts up with the CSC logo and it's playing the music. Then I see a head and a hand in a box, and it says, "Want to see a real life dead corpse? This is how you do it. Number 1." I'm giving it the voice, but in real life, it's this is where I kind of hate it. It's like no, it's an AI like Siri. Where it's like, "Do you want to see a corpse? Number 1." And I'm like, why did you should have just recorded it yourself, fella.
And just fucking pitched it up a little bit.
Yeah, but it gives you instructions. The first one is to place the corpse and the head on the table.
Don't do it.
Number 2. No, do it.
Oh, okay.
Do it.
Touch
Number
the
2,
corpse as much as possible and place its
really
head on
molest this corpse.
We can never just
Get
have
real perverted with this corpse.
just never have a little bit of bat shittery. It's like, just put it on the table. Just fuck it. Just have sex with it in front of people for a live
It's
show
a corpse.
audience.
It's a corpse. Do whatever you want. Honestly, if I died and someone did some weird shit to my corpse, I don't care. I'm not using it anymore. Go away with it.
You're done with it.
Yeah,
Your meat mech has run out of power.
Yeah, exactly. It's fucking. I don't care.
Do whatever you want.
Play bocce ball with my eyes. I don't care. Like,
There's okay. I have a will.
Play jacks with my testicles.
That means something different to other people. Fuck.
Anyway, number 2, take the wooden eye lens and place it on your eye to stare into the corpse's eye, and it gives you a start. There's this little like wooden like.
I'm not gonna do this.
It's this little one thing you put it over your eye, kind of like it's a little like lensy thing like that. And like you're like
right, like when you go to the eye doctor. And,
yeah, it's like when you go to the eye doctor, and then he wants you to stare into the corpse's eyes too.
One or two. 1 or 2.
They look the same.
Okay, 2
3?
or 3. 3 or 4.
3 or 4. They look the same as well. I think number 1 maybe. Okay. Number 1 or 8.
What? Eye exam humor.
Yeah.
Some of you won't
good.
get it.
That's just a fucking Family Guy bit. Was it Jafar goes to the optometrist or whatever? You're supposed to take this wooden lens and you're supposed to just look through the wooden lens. Through the wooden lens at the corpse's eyes.
Balls. Oh.
Yeah. Number 3. Look anywhere around you in your surroundings. And
okay.
This doesn't make much sense, but it says as long as it is 3 meters away, you're good. Doesn't make much sense at first, but then it's like you can see, and then it literally says you can see the man standing there, lifeless and dusty, and it's like what? And then just a man just is there in the view.
Yeah,
and he's a corpse-looking guy, and he's wearing like a tan, dusty, wrinkly suit.
I get it.
And it's like if the man is still there without the lens,
you're fucked. That's it. You're fucked.
It just cuts off there. That's it. It cuts off.
Yep.
It just says if the man's still there without the lens,
done.
You figure it out. I don't know.
You fucking figure it out.
You got a roommate now. I don't know what to tell you.
You have someone to help you with rent. Yeah. Good job.
Congrats. You made income. So on to the next set of videos here.
Oh,
you'll probably notice that a lot of this is me. It's because I made the outline dumb, and I had to scramble to cover a bunch of shit.
It's okay. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. The next video is called Basewood County Humanoid Alert.
Humanoid.
Now we're getting into something interesting. Basewood County. So I don't know if you're aware of it. Basewood County has been a relatively popular and growing analog horror /series theme that other creators are creating stuff with.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's kind of like
it's like SCP.
Yeah, it's like an SCP.
Like
it's
an open world.
Yeah, so it's very interesting to see that this is where it came from.
Yeah, I was noticing that, and as I was going through, like you can kind of tell, especially with the first sections that you just did, a lot of that stuff is very disjointed. Like it doesn't really have a common thread.
I think our guy, I wouldn't say found his groove per se, but was like, I have this really good art. Instead of just making random shit, let me see if I can make a story.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened here is he was tired of just making rando bando shit and was like,
yeah,
let's see what I can piece together.
Let's tell a story.
Like a plot. So
and I love it.
So with this humanoid alert, it starts off, we're definitely in analog territory.
Fuck yeah.
Horror territory because
is this an EAS?
It's an EAS.
Oh,
it's a TV broadcast. Everyone's seen these. That's my thing. I'm not putting this against this creator. Analog horror guys, you gotta come up with something new. I'm tired of seeing these and fucking slideshows. Yep. Come up with some new fucking shit.
It got me for like the first year.
Analog horror is supposed to be like a retro horror.
Yeah.
Something that is reminiscent of like the 90s.
Right.
We had more than just EASs and projectors in the 90s.
Slide projectors, right.
Give me something new, man. I need something new. I'm getting tired of it. So this one is
Somebody
like
make an IRS analog horror.
That's just the IRS. Because they're still
website.
Analog. They send you mail.
Right.
So this
IRS
one
is the original analog horror. Great.
So this one shows that people in do you think it's Basswood or Basewood? I think it's Basewood.
I have been saying Basewood,
okay.
But now that you ask the question, I don't honestly know.
I'm going to keep with Basewood. So people in Basewood County should be on alert for these tall, skinny humanoid creatures with long arms and fingers. Their face is usually one of two things. It's either smiling uncomfortably or it's distorted. And distorted or showing no emotion at all.
So there's blank face.
So you get
nothing.
the movie Smile or you get fucking Patrick Bateman.
Yes.
From
American Psycho.
Oh, no, who's just Psycho?
Oh,
That Norman
Patrick
Norman
Bates.
Bates.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Norman Bates is dead face. So
I'm just picturing Raincoat dancing to Huey Lewis in the news.
I still have to watch that movie. I haven't seen it.
You would love it.
Yeah.
You would think the end is stupid, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
No spoilers or anything, but
I'll give it a shot someday.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we get some video of one of these things, and this thing is like living in a sewer. Like it's supposed to be VHS video of this person like looking into a sewer, and you hear it laughing, and you see it kind of appear like Pennywise to Georgie in the sewer. And then you get another video of one attacking a man that's hiding in a closet. It's that fat old fashioned where it's the guy with the camera and he's pointing out of the closet in like a doorway. He's like,
yeah.
for like 45 seconds, and then it just shows his dead body.
Oh, they must have heard you.
Yeah.
I think
How about
that's
you
what
try
happened.
not breathing like that?
Yeah.
dude?
Breathe like you've done it before.
Yeah. Breathe better. The next one is called Detective Alberson's Tapes, a name that'll pop up later.
Hey, yeah, no, I've seen that.
This starts off stating that there is an investigation with Detective Albertson. Gets a. I don't know what happened there.
I thought you were about to say with Detective Duck Duck Goose. And I'm
Detective
really?
Duck Goose Alberson. He was investigating a victim's home when Detective Alberson found some old tapes and sketches in the home. The sketches look like Mark Zuckerberg. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What?
Yeah, these sketches look like a creepy Mark Zuckerberg. Did you spill your drink or something?
No.
Okay. These faces look like Mark Zuckerberg, like the drawing. It's funny.
That's
Well,
never mind. Keep going.
he might be one of these humanoid creatures.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So then we cut to a video. It's just a dude driving. That's all it is. And then
Driving his car.
then we cut back to another video of this guy who is like, he's looking down this hallway, hears some like rustling, and then he like goes to a room, and it's a dark room. There's a big window, and there's that face that was in the sketch. It's outside the window, and he just turns the lights on, and it's still there. And then it cuts again, and then the next is a still image of this like fucked up looking humanoid thing, like standing over a guy with like these razor sharp teeth, these like black eyes.
Do you know what these things remind me of? The mimics from Vita Carnis.
That's what this looked like.
Oh,
yes,
100%.
Yes, that is what
I
these
think
are.
I know exactly the one you're talking about. They look just like the mimics from Vita Carnis.
That's a good comparison.
Oh hell yeah!
Um,
I loved that series. So I think that's why I took a decent like.
Vita Carnis is great because it did the thing that more YouTube horror should do, which is make things in Unreal Engine. It looks real enough to pass, and
especially in analog horror,
and it helps you tell a story in a different perspective.
And
he
you
was
don't have to
telling
pay them.
stories through like security cameras and shit. Yes, gimme.
gimme.
We're not talking about Vita Carnis today.
No,
We're
I
talking about
know.
Dark
Okay,
Mind.
I'm sorry.
So, the next video is called The Staring Girl. It's like a minute and a half. Basically, it just says, if you see this chick chilling in your apartment stairs, she's going to kill you.
Oh.
And it's just a lady with like a dead face. And yeah, thankfully, it's apparently only if you live in an apartment. If you don't have an apartment, you're good.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it specifically is like, if you see her in your apartment's building's stairs, she's going to kill you. And I'm like, well, I own a home, so I think I'm safe.
So I'm good.
Yep, I am fine there. The next one is
no one else
called
is living.
The Identity Test. And fun fact,
This
is the one that got turned into a game.
I've seen this.
And this Markiplier played this game.
It's like the haunted test, right? Where it convinces you that something's in your home.
To an extent, yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't go real good into that, but yeah, that's what it tries to be, I think. But basically what this is it starts off showing you some simple faces like, hey, are these normal people? And then it shows you an image of a person. And it's like, normal, not normal.
Look at the photo.
And you click if it's normal, not normal. And as it progresses, some of the faces get more and more fucked up. And you got to choose if they're normal or not normal. If you choose wrong, then you die.
Ooh.
Yeah. While
It's
this
like
is
high
being-
school all over again.
Exactly. You get it.
Yeah.
Maybe this guy's fresh out of high school when he made these, and
He's like, this is just what real
This is
life
just
is
what
like.
real life
This is
is.
actually not even a horror video. This is just
he goes in
passage
my
of
high school
time.
yearbook saying normal, not normal, normal, not normal.
Oh, I'm dead.
Yeah. So as the test goes on, there are video clips and pictures that we see. Randomly, the phrase "I will tell you what your mind can't comprehend" will pop up on screen. I don't know what that voice was.
I loved it.
There's then this video of a man knocking on a door, and a creature is on the other side. And text pops up, and it says, "A chamber in the woods, where they come from." And we get some more creepy imagery as we end the video, end with a video of one of the creatures just kind of sitting still. It's like, yeah, it's literally doing that, and then its face is kind of,
Yeah.
it's very, very fucking early 2000s, Grudge ending where it's like there's sequel baiting where it's like, I'm alive, and it's like, oh, when's the next one come out?
Freddy versus Jason, I think, has to be the biggest perpetrator of that. The fucking carrying his head off, and he just goes, and he
literally winks to the
it's like,
audience.
oh, come on.
It's pretty great, though.
Yeah, it is. I love Robert Englund.
I love Freddy vs. Jason. People are like, it's a bad movie.
Dude, the scene with the bong
it's great.
is fantastic.
It is a bad movie.
It's so bad. It's creative. It's creative.
Yeah, I'll give him that. Fucking Freddy just playing pinball with Jason.
I know.
It's great. The next video. the next video is called Manifestations. There's a reoccurring person in a lot of these videos. It's the creator. I don't know if it's supposed to be the same person or he just doesn't have anyone to play these parts, so he's doing it. But in this video, we see the creator, and he is writing in a journal, and then he opens up a plastic tub, and there's this freaky little bug guy in there. And it's like a creepy, it's got like 6 tentacles on each side, and then kind of like a humanistic head.
So it's like the fucking cockroaches from Mimic. Cool.
Yeah, spot on. It looks pretty close to that. Yep.
I'm in my creature feature Halloween.
I'm so happy. I love me a good creature feature.
That's just the theme that came out
more
this year.
together.
Dude, I'm about it. I've seen so many. If you have not seen Psycho Gorman yet, you should.
Oh, I have. It's great.
It's fucking great. It's stupid, but it's so
My
good.
hunky boys. The next one is called Family's Little Friend, and this is a commercial for this little clown toy. It cuts to a kid, and he's like, "Dad, where'd you get this doll from? Whenever the lights go out, it looks like it's watching me."
Oh.
And then it cuts to it looks like this dad looking at this sketchy looking magazine, but it's handmade by the creator.
That's fucking
I can't
cool.
tell if it's supposed to be a magazine, but it kind of looks like an old
But it's got the fucked up drawings and shit.
No, it looks like it looks normal, but in a gonna scam you type of way. Like it looks like in comics when they were like 50 cents for X-ray glasses. Yeah. Kind of like that.
Like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And cut to a video at night, and it's like this person running around, and they're like looking at this doll with the camera, and the doll's face gets a little fucked up and freaky. Then the dad comes into frame, and he's more doll-esque. Like he looks like he's made of wood. His face is kind of splintered and whatnot.
Pinocchio?
He looks like a doll. Pinocchio. Dad, when can I go out and be on my own?
Speaking, you should also watch the horror movie Pinocchio.
Yeah.
It's fucked. It's so fucked.
I'll think about it. Don't ruin my childhood. I
don't know if it doesn't really have much to do with the actual
it's
Pinocchio.
It's like the Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. It has nothing to do with Winnie the Pooh much. Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. This one's about a cybernetic sex slave. Yeah, it's fucked.
That's the Pinocchio I like. That ain't a nose that's growing, baby. That's a dilly do. So the dad's a doll figure, and then you see the whole family, and they become doll figures as well. So this doll cursed his family and made them into figures, and it's even like, oh, they're part of my family now. Hey.
Crusty.
The next one is called Peaceful Life, and it's just a person's voice over all this over a meadow with a breeze and the wind blowing through trees, and it's like, you should breathe in and breathe out more and keep your heart rate low. And all the while, occasionally a creepy face will pop up and be like, ah!
Just jump
Every
scares.
couple. Yeah, it's kind of annoying, but whatever. The last one for me is called The Chamber, and then I swear I'll let you talk, Jason.
That's fine.
So with The Chamber, we learn about a man named Calvin Basewood, who is the person that discovered Basewood. In 1896, he discovered this odd building in the woods. He said that it looked like a futuristic building that no human of our time could make.
In 1896?
Yeah, which doesn't really speak much. You could just make a building out of bricks, and they'd be like, what the fuck is that? I'm used to straw or something. I don't know what they were building in 1896. My house is made of wood.
It's going to burn down.
Yeah. As he enters this building, he saw what he thought were humans, but he mentioned that they looked odd. It's at this time that they started to attack him, and he fled for his life. one of these creatures pops up on the screen and says, "I will wear your skin like a suit."
Oh.
And we are then introduced to Andy Stevens, which is going to be another reoccurring person, who is a missing person. We see his missing persons flyer.
Oh, no.
We see his before and after of a transformation that he went through where he's starting to look like one of the creatures. He goes from looking like a regular guy to his face being looking like a mimic type of thing.
Yeah, 100%. No skin.
Yeah, and so we then learn, after this imagery, we learn about a group of 7 people called the Philadelphia Group, who went to explore this chamber in the 90s. We get this video of...
Is this like from the Philadelphia experiment from
I
the
think
90s?
that's probably where the inspiration came from, for sure. Yeah. We get video from them, and in this video we see Andy Stevens' missing poster, and as they enter the building, there's a mangled body with like half its head cut off, and this big old open wound right in the heart area.
Oh. Right in the core of the body.
Yeah. You see the core of the body.
Ooh.
You see a creepy guy sitting at this desk, and it looks like a ventriloquist dummy, but I don't think it's supposed to be, but that's what it looks like. It looks like Slappy from Goosebumps.
Goosebumps?
Yeah. And,
fucking Christ, that dog gave me nightmares when I was a child.
It's sitting on a desk, and right next to him on the desk is a monitor, and they're playing the identity test game that we referenced earlier.
Yeah.
Above it is a piece of paper that says the words that were in the identity test. That was I will show you things that your mind can't comprehend or whatever.
Yeah. We have such sights to show you.
Yeah, it's great. It's so great. So they explore further on into the building, and they find a corpse of a woman with her eyes missing, and it looks like her skin is melting like wax, which is a creepy description. I like that description. That's
melting like wax.
Creepy. Because then it's like goopy and thick in some spots, but thin in others. You know what I mean?
Oh God, yeah. I've been picturing like a burn victim, because that's how they describe like burn victims with horrendous burns. That's how they describe it.
Waxy,
melting waxy skin.
Ugh.
She's not great.
As the group leaves the building, and it's not just like specifically as one building. It seems like it's a couple buildings connected, or at least like a small town or something. Because they leave the building and they encounter a creature in this alleyway. That's why I say I think there's multiple buildings. Because how are you going to get an alleyway if there's just one building in the woods, you know?
Right.
So the creature in the alleyway attacks them, and only 2 of the 7 survive this attack. We are then shown a map of the chamber that the Philadelphia Group was able to create, and it's showing all the things that were just stated. It shows where like the 2 corpses were, that the desk was, all that stuff.
Recapping everything.
Yeah. It shows above the corpse, it shows this black void that looks like a window.
Oh no!
Weird. We then get this footage. It cuts this footage of a doctor, and he's like, "I'm gonna tell you about the anatomy of the humanoids, and this is their stages of life." And he's like, "This is how they infect you. They get into your core and they take over, and you gotta let us in." He even says, he's like, "Let us in."
Oh, I wonder who you are.
Yeah, you might be one of them. I don't know.
Might.
And so it then shows you the creatures like through their stages of life as well. Like, they go through, I think, 4 or 5 stages, but each one gets progressively more humanistic looking. They start off fucked up, and they slowly just look like a human with no emotion. Yeah.
That's horrifying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Introverts unite.
That's what I got.
Well,
on to Jason, finally.
So after we get that terrifying little piece of media suggesting that there are thousands, if not millions, of these things just living amongst us, but as old people, we're going to get into a next video called Arbitrator. We are in full analog horror swing right now.
Woo!
The first we get is this, it's like this type text that says, a Basewood County... The description of this video is a Basewood County reel about Dr. Redacted and the notebook in the chamber. And then we get a bunch of text that says, it's got a picture of one of the humanoids, and it says, "Scream and scream. No one will hear your screams in the doomed forest." And then we get a bunch of sketchbook images, and they're all of these humanoid things.
And they're all hand-drawn.
They're all hand-drawn, and apparently these belong to Dr. So
that's the doctor that was in my video too.
Okay, same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Apparently, this is his notebook, his sketchbook, and it's just full of these humanoid drawings that are horrifying, fantastically drawn. After we go through a couple of these, we get some more text that says, "It's only a matter of time before they find you. No one will be saved." And that's the end of Arbitrator.
Ah!
After Arbitrator, we get one called Picture.
After the Arbiter.
Huh?
After the Arbiter.
After the Arbiter, yes.
Chief and the Arbiter.
Yes. God.
Arby and Chief. Was that what it was? Do you remember those?
Army and Chief?
Arby and Chief?
No.
Oh. Never mind.
I'm thinking of the Arbiter from Halo.
Yeah. There was someone made a way
my
back
God.
in the early 2000s.
They made like a series?
There was a series called Arby and the Chief.
That's
and it was like
great.
a Halo, it was Master Chief like toy and an Arbiter toy, and they just kind of dick around
Play with
together.
them?
Yeah. It's called Arby and the Chief.
Jesus, you have such specific like media in your brain vault. It's so specific.
It was very popular.
I believe you. I have never heard of it.
Yeah, look that up now while you're doing your thing.
Okay.
I just got to see what that's like right now.
To see if you didn't just make it up. Anyway, so the next one's called Picture - Analog Horror Short. We start off with an EAS. It says,
Oh, yeah. They're Machinima originals. I forgot about that.
they are Machinima?
Yeah, Machinima produced it. I forgot all about that.
It's the same people that did Red vs. Blue.
Yeah, and
Nice.
then they went bankrupt because they were a shitty company.
Yep, very much so.
Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, so we start with an EAS, and it says, Global Chaos Alert. An unidentified secret has been passing from a person to another that causes insanity, derealization, and abnormal behavior. It says, do not engage in long conversation with strangers. This is basically telling you like what to do to avoid this insanity, derealization, or abnormal behavior. Do not engage in long conversation with strangers. Do not listen to the underground music, as it may contain the dangerous information hidden. Turn off any electrical device after this message ends. Do not look at this picture ever. I'm sure you get the point.
Got it. Look at the picture.
Don't look at it.
I have to know, sorry, real quick. You don't know about Arby and the Chief, but did you ever watch Cactar and Tom Berry?
Why does that sound familiar?
The Final Fantasy?
No.
Oh. All right.
Sorry, my guy. It looks like we have some things to watch. You got to catch me up.
Old Flash animations, like Newgrounds.
Oh my God. Yeah, I've got a lot of those like Flash animation videos or like the videos like under my belt, but I've never heard of that one. Anyway, so after it tells you not to look at the picture ever, big red letters pop up and say "too late," and then the picture flashes in front of you.
Oh man,
it's like what the fuck?
You just told me.
It's like you wanted me to. And so it shows the picture, and then afterwards we get some more text saying, I'm aware, I'm alive, I can feel it. My mind cannot comprehend it. The mind is shattered. Horrors beyond comprehension. The only mistake was you looked. That's the end of the video. What does this sound like?
I wouldn't say mistake. You made me.
What does this sound like? All the tropes we're hitting right now. My mind cannot comprehend it. The mind is shattered. Horrors beyond comprehension. The only mistake was that you looked.
What do you mean? Like, does it sound like
this is straight from fucking H.P. Lovecraft?
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought
the fact that this was that one of the dates was taking place in 1896.
Yeah, I thought you were referencing like a specific thing. I was like,
oh
I don't know.
no,
This
like,
sounds Lovecraftian. There's definitely a cosmic horror to this. You could tell.
The body horror is it comes straight from like Thing on the Doorstep, Haunter in the Dark, or Whisper in the Darkness.
Yeah.
Literally, like I'm pretty sure Lovecraft was a huge inspiration here, and you can definitely tell with like the tentacly goodness that comes out.
I think
of the
in
drawings.
general, analog horror would not have existed without
Lovecraft.
Oh, yeah, I think every analog horror is based off of Lovecraft in some way, shape, or form.
And as we're getting into like the more modern day, I would say a solid 30% of the horror movies that exist would not exist without Lovecraft.
Oh yeah, 1000%.
Like it's just the amount that are coming out. It's great. I love it. Anyway, just wanted to give that little reference. I caught on to it. I could be wrong, but I saw it. So next, we're going to get a video called Unwanted Feelings Restored ad. Don't know what that means, but anyway, we're going to get some more text. Text on screen with some static, and it says, sometimes unwanted feelings hit us without knowing the reason. These feelings might be anxiety, depression, paranoia. What can cause anxiety? Sudden anxiety. Work, sleep issues, staring into the mirror too long, hearing its call and not answering, those are all anxiety-inducing things.
I hate them.
I know. And then it says, I know you do. The dread, do you feel it? Hundreds of faces, but only one is watching you. And then we get a fucking real creepy dude at the door at like 3 in the fucking morning. He's just standing in like a doorway in this person's house. You get like the timestamp. I didn't write down the date because I forgot because I was way too fucking scared.
Put the chain lock on. You're just like, all right.
Well, it's like in his
bed.
hallway. Like it's not in his. It's in his house.
Get my gun.
Dark room. Oh yeah. And then after that, it cuts to this red screen, and it just says Polarox. And then there's some tagline I don't remember now because it was so jarring. I'm like, what the fuck?
You think that's just like something that the creature yells to surprise you?
Polarox.
Polarox. Wait, what? Just kick you off guard. Just, wait, what? And then you get killed.
Healthy mind for healthy life. What? Yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming this is another one of the analog horror tropes where you throw in like an ad for a fake thing. Like think unedited footage of a bear, stuff like that. It's a good way to add to the world without actually building any actual information.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's just more stuff.
It's showing like, oh, this
other
world
things are happening.
Right. It's not just this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the end of that one. The next one's called. We're going back to Basewood. It's called Basewood Country Killer or Basewood County Killer. And hey, guess what we get again?
You get creatures.
EAS alert.
Oh shit!
Again.
Another one.
And says basically say that everyone should be on high alert for a suspected murderer. We get like a description, like a basic description and a couple sketches. Like it looks like Freddy Krueger had sex with Elmo, and like that's what came out the back. It's just like looking straight into the camera, and basically after we get this description and everything, we get some CCTV footage of someone's back porch, and it says this is footage of the guy, and like it shows, and there's nothing there. And it like flashes, and he's standing in a flower pot. Just like standing there with a big fucking creepy...
I am a tree now.
I am a tree. And he's just standing there looking at where the camera is. And that's about it. For the I'm sorry. It's not. I'm sorry. That's the end of that section. After this, we just get big red letters that say, keep running. And then this is... So I... This... It made me startled at it. And then I realized like what I was looking at.
Yeah.
And like it shows a guy with a camera, and there's like a stack of concrete or some tiles or something. It almost looks like a construction site or something. And as he's looking, a pasted, drawn image of one of these humanoids like just goes boop, like no filter, no transition, no nothing. It's just there, and it's like peeking out behind one of the stacks of concrete. I'm just like, hello, and
I'm poorly drawn here.
Yeah, right, and it was just kind of there. I looked, I'm like, man, okay. The drawing is super cool, but it is absolutely
It's just
a
kind
drawing.
of there.
Yeah. And it's supposed to be like he was hiding behind the same stack that the guy was, just on the other side, and so like he peeked out. So I get that. And after that, we get a hard cut to that right there. Like, come on.
That it's to be fair, that's kind of a staple of
100%.
this whole thing.
Some of them were done better. That one was it was hard for me to make excuses for that one. And again, not shitting on this. It's just these are areas that I think would keep people like immersed.
There was it's Vita Carnis again. But Vita Carnis did use like they had like the costumes.
Yeah.
For some of the live action things. I think this could have worked well with at least one
more person
mask
on board.
Or a costume or something.
And I think all of that would have been solved with just manpower.
Yeah.
And I think that's
time
yeah.
and
manpower are the constraints here. And for what's happening, like I'm entertained.
I'll take it.
I didn't think I was going to be as entertained, but like
yeah.
I'm
it.
actually enjoying
It's
this a
still
lot.
creepy looking, so
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
take it. And it's creepy month. That's why we're doing it. Because this is creep galore. So.
Yeah. The very last thing we see in this video is a hard cut to what looks like the very like last fifth of a body bag, and then we just see like a little motion, like a toe wiggling in the body bag. You're like, oh, they're not dead.
Get them out of that
Get them out
bag.
of there. Get them out. Come on. But that's the end of that video. Oh my god, my throat. After the Twitchy Toe body bag video, we get Before You Sleep informational tape.
Oh, good.
Just in case you didn't know what you were doing going forward.
I didn't.
Okay, well, this is the tape for you. You need to watch this. Starts off with some text that says, I feel like my soul is being dragged into that place.
I don't know why, but I feel like my son is watching me. I don't know why I thought you were going that
I
direction.
feel like my son is here.
Yeah.
Billy?
Dad?
So I feel like my soul is being dragged into that place. I'm going insane. And then we get like a robotic voice that says something about the guidelines for sleeping. It says like only fall asleep at 10. I fucking hate you so much. God damn it, Mike. I just pooped and I got to do it again. Anyway, fuck, that got me real good.
No.
So it says
I get it.
You get it. So it says guidelines for sleeping. Only fall asleep at 10, 12, or 2. And it shows a clock, and then it asks, is the clock stopped? Or is it still moving? If it has stopped, why is it stopped? Is the batteries okay? And it goes into this whole thing about it. And after that, it goes, let them in. And it's just these big letters that says, let them in. And it goes into instructions on, like, just some basic steps on how to, like, open your mind more while you're sleeping. Apparently, so from what I'm gathering from the end of this tape is that opening your mind while you're sleeping is one of the ways these things get into your body. And so they show this guy sleeping normal. He wakes up and you see his skin to start like Freddy Kruegering.
Ew. Some like cabin fever.
Absolutely.
Shit.
Oh God, yeah. He looks freaked out, and then that's it. Okay. Now that I'm not fucking dying, we're done with some EAS
Wowie
stuff.
zowie.
Wowie zowie it is. Twitchy foot body bag, cool. We did the Before You Sleep instructional thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Is
cool.
that my new band name? Twitchy Foot Body Bag?
That's a fantastic. That's a really good like tweaker metal band name. Okay, the next video that we get is called Every Thought Every Thought in all caps.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. It asks a bunch of it starts off just by asking questions
What color of underwear?
about the faces you see before you fall asleep.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it's a little different. It's asking questions like, what's the face you see before you sleep? Do you remember what it looks like?
It's my
this,
wife's.
that, and the other. Then it
That's
shows,
why I have nightmares.
I knew that was coming.
No, I'm just kidding. I love you, sweetie. That's why I go to bed every night with a smile.
Ah. Gross. Anyway, so it asks questions about the faces you see before you fall asleep, and you get a flash of you see like the ceiling of a room and like somebody looking around and they're blinking, and then it goes dark and you see a flash of one of these humanoid faces in the bottom right corner. It's a little creepy. Honestly, it looks like the Nun from the movie The Nun.
Oh, those movies suck. But Nun is creepy looking.
I will say the creep factor in those movies, fantastic. Everything else,
Poopy.
garbage.
Yeah.
So we see that face pop up for a split second, and it starts suggesting more or less that through asking of questions, you know how like when you ask people just leading ass questions to get them to think something you want them to think?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're doing here. It suggests that reality is not real. Okay. You've been ignoring all the signs around you pointing to the fact that it's not real. Suggests that the places in your dreams that you see are all real places that you have been to before. And that's the only reason your brain can create them is because it's experienced it before.
I feel like I'm being gaslit.
Yeah, I think you might be. They are. So I do know that.
No, you've been here before.
Oh,
Stupid.
idiot. What are you, fucking dumb? Gaslighting's not real because you made it up because you're crazy. That's the best way to define gaslighting.
That's funny.
But yeah, so ask more questions. It suggests that all the places in your dreams are places you've actually been before, which is fucking wild considering some of the dreams I've had. At the very end, it just nails it right on home. Everything brings you closer to madness.
Oh, there it is.
Yep. That's the end of that video, the Every Thought video. Next, we get Bad Dream.
Bad Dream.
MP4. This is a creepy drawing of a man with a fucked up face.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't I don't really know what else to say about it.
Looks like a crash test dummy that's missing the eye part of his face.
And yeah, so the image you see in the thumbnail for this one is the highlighted humanoid. I think we can go ahead and start calling them that,
Yeah,
right?
we can just call him humanoids.
This is the highlighted humanoid in this video, and it asks, "Why are you following me in my sleep?" Which is just a terrifying question all by itself. And then you get more of the guy in the thumbnail, just all over this guy's house, a room and somewhere else, and then that's the whole thing. This whole video is 44 seconds long, so there's not a whole lot of substance. Next one is nightmares bring familiar monsters. You get the guy in his house, and it's dark, and he sees a picture of a humanoid on his wall, and he goes, "This looks familiar." Oh, I'm sorry. This is the silent movie style. So this is like black and white, like with the film lines, and then after every so often you get the white text to like narrate what's actually going on because you can't hear anything. Says, "This looks familiar." And we see a couple more face shots and picture shots and face shots. And
This looks familiar. Walks away.
And then you see the thing in the picture hanging upside down in the guy's darkened hallway.
There he is.
And yep, that's the exact shot.
That's
it. And that is the video. The last one I'm going to talk about solo is going to be the analog horror drawing tutorial,
which we can probably guess what this is.
Wouldn't you know it? It's a drawing tutorial on how to draw analog horror monsters.
I enjoy that he put that in there, though. I'm not gonna lie.
I will say the flair that he added was the fact that he drew this thing, and then he like heard a noise, and then you see something that says "it's out," and he walks up some stairs, and the thing he drew is like coming out of like one of the rooms upstairs. It's fucking freaky.
Yeah,
like it's a freaky looking thing, but it's cool how he did that. This is absolutely like this is how you do things. Like this is.
I also wish more creators would put out a video where it's like, this is how I made this thing, or how I came with the idea, or you know what I mean? Because I love the behind the scenes of these kind of things. I would love some like behind the scenes like production. Yeah. You know what I mean? I go crazy for that shit. I love that shit. Like show me that behind the scenes, how like fucking Marble Hornets or something. Show me behind the scenes
or Boisvert.
Or Boisvert, yeah. Show me that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Let me know what that was looking like.
Absolutely.
I would love that.
I love that. Those stories are great because you see like the content for what it is and like how it's supposed to be told. There's something just really interesting about like the process. Like how did you this blank sheet of paper to like this?
In my opinion too, this is gonna not to sound like a fucking over dramatic like stroking myself or something like that, but to me,
a dramatic stroking of Mike.
Yeah, there is more. I would say more horror in the how you created these things than what is
like the thought process behind it and stuff.
Than what is able to be shown, because that's just raw.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's usually based in reality somewhere.
Creative horror. You know what I mean? Like where you made that from, to me, is probably a darker and scarier spot than what you are physically able to manifest in this medium or any medium. You know what I mean?
I know I mentioned Boisvert, but like Boisvert is one of those. That is a very like a feeling conveyance series, and like knowing the turmoil that was going on through the creator's head for that series, it just puts
that's scarier.
It's like holy shit, like that's real.
Yeah,
the stuff on the screen might not be real, but that did exist in that person's brain, and what the fuck. So yeah, we literally. It's just a drawing tutorial.
Yeah,
you see the monster.
And that was the last video.
It was until yesterday or 2 days ago
when we were digging into this, and there is a new upload called The Forgotten Humanoid.
13 and a half minutes long.
Yeah, Basewood County Analog Horror.
So
let you know it's an analog horror.
And so Basewood County is the name of the series that this belongs to. And you'll notice a couple of the videos we talked about had the name Basewood in it.
Yeah. There's
a playlist on this channel that goes over only like the Basewood County Analog Horror series stuff, and then there's the rest of his stuff. There's I think 9 videos for Basewood,
something like that,
versus the 30 whatever for like the total count.
It's this video I think we can kind of just pitch through it.
It's
very
literally
quick. It's
an epic. It's like an epic
about Andy Stevens
and how he went from human to humanoid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's cool. This was one of my favorites content-wise.
Yes, because the imagery in it.
The imagery,
fucking horrific and dope.
Like, all of these images are awesome, and the story that goes along with it, because it takes a creepy thing that you've just been showing people, and it gives it a reason for existing. And I think that's really where you find terror. You can there can be terrifying things that exist, but as long as you know that that's not based somewhere, it's whatever. You can't really get behind it, right?
Yeah.
As soon as you have like a create, this is fucking Genesis. You know what I mean? Like the creation story.
Yeah.
That's right here.
And this goes into like a little bit more detail about some of the stuff that we were talking about before, like the Philadelphia group.
Yep.
This shows another.
And it talks about the 7 researchers that were from there, and that
This
ties that in.
It shows another video from them that we just now acquired.
Yep.
And it just adds a little bit of extra lore while giving us some really great imagery. Like, again, take away from this what you want. It's not the best structured plot,
but we're talking
or
about
anything. But the art in this, the fact that it's all hand drawn, that's why I wanted to cover it.
Oh yeah, and
this seems like a person who has genuinely good artistic creation.
Oh yeah,
and wanted to showcase that.
Well, I mean, look at this last video.
Yeah,
out of all the videos we just looked at, this one is hands down my favorite.
Yeah, like you get more footage of like the chamber.
Yep.
From the Philadelphia.
More of those the drawings.
Group. And yeah,
assumedly from the sketchbook, right?
Yeah, this is from the sketchbook, and like there's a drawing that the Philadelphia group finds of like the black void window, which is where all the creatures are supposed to be coming out of. There's like the different stages of the creatures on this piece of paper that they find. Shows the core that the humanoid inserts into a human to make them one of them as well.
It shows the creature called the void, which I personally think is the same thing as the window.
Yeah, I think it's supposed. I think this is like the living.
It's a living portal.
Yeah, it's a living portal. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
But all in all, like you just get a lot of great art out of this.
When you get the world building, it shows the 3 different distinct types of these creatures. Even that, like up until now,
I thought roots coming off the heads floating around it. Like there's there's different versions of these.
I thought it just fucked you up, and like there was no criteria for it.
Apparently there is though.
Apparently there's 3 different types.
There's footage of the doomed forest or what
doomed
that
forest
you were
I was talking about. Yeah.
Like there's a lot going on here that like. Again, it's not that it's.
This guy's turning into a tree, right?
It does seem like that. Right? Maybe he's becoming one of the trees in the Doom Forest.
That's where I think this is going. I just don't know where it's ending after that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Super interesting story. Oh yeah, so after we get these 3 different types, we get some more found footage of the guy walking around with the camera, and he finds like scrawled on a napkin a drawing of a very happy version of the tree root growing out of the back.
I think it's supposed to be a Stevens guy. I think
it is Stevens. Yeah, this is probably the beginning of his transformation, while he could still create human emotions.
Yeah.
In this case, it's terrifyingly happy.
Yeah, they find it in it's just in like a shrub.
And then
there's a guy.
I think we find Stevens.
Yeah, I think that's supposed to, yeah, that's what I thought too. I think that's supposed
with
to
the
be
hat.
Stevens. Yeah.
I think
which is the same Hat Man from previous.
So this is this video ties a lot of this stuff together. And if I was going to be 100% honest, I think the 8 videos that have to do with basewood are the core content. And I think all of the other videos, aside from like the first, I want to say like 6 or 7 or something, are all like, they're just like, yes, they're not part of like this anthology of basewood, but they exist in the same universe, and they do add content and they add rules.
Yeah, it has rules. I like that. Yeah. And we find one thing here of something that does kind of put a close to one of the stories here is Albertson, Detective Albertson.
Yeah.
We find out he goes missing in this video.
Yep.
And we find out that he became one of the humanoid creatures. Yep. So he was captured.
He got cored.
Yeah.
There he is. I'm sorry. Albertson is the Hat Man.
Yeah, sorry. But you see a before and after of Albertson, and yeah, he's a thing. And you kind of find out that he is the Hat Man from before.
Yep. Also, I kind of think he's the murderer in the other.
Oh
videos.
yeah,
like
I got
the
that.
flower pot and all that.
I got that too.
Yeah, and
Then you get like live footage of Albertson as the creator, dressed up as him, and
he does have like fucked up shit on his face
for a
and, like,
scene, for like a frame, and then it's gone, unfortunately. But
it's very Freddy Krueger though.
yeah, it's honestly like this was nice again because art.
You
know what I mean? Like
it's crazy.
This helped add a lot of plot.
Oh yeah.
But the fact that there's not a whole lot of plot to work with, it didn't add much. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
This video added about as much plot as the entire thing has.
Right. Oh, this is the whole plot. Everything else is just like sporadic instances of these humanoids.
Yeah, exactly. So I would say, I mean, we're at the end of this thing, and we're an hour and
100%.
almost 15 minutes in. So
100%.
like,
Yeah.
I say we just get down to nothing broke. Woohoo!
There's a penis on the table.
There's a penis on the table. That's okay. Watch your drink. Watch your drink. Pick up the booze, yeah, so it doesn't spill over or anything. There we go. We did it. Anyway,
we did it.
So
We only caused a small scene.
so let's get down to our, I guess, quick review of this.
What did you think?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give it like a 3.5 for plot. I see what they're going for, but they did not flesh enough out for it. But I'm gonna give them like an 8.5 for the art.
Oh yeah.
I think the art really put it together. It's the fact that it's handmade, and there's plenty of it, I think carried this, which is
the art style. Like, I feel like if you looked at any of these drawings without the filters, they would still look analog.
Yes.
And I like it just like this picture that we're looking at now, the very end, the closing image of the 13-minute video, the Forgotten
Good
Humanoid.
shit.
Like, it's got an analog horror by DARKMIND. It's got the picture of Albertson behind it that's like a severed head. It looks like it belongs there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't think I could improve the imagery in this at all.
No, and that's a good and a bad thing for this, because it's a good thing because your art is that good. But the bad thing is, if it wasn't for the art, you would have nothing here.
Right.
So DARKMIND, again, if you're listening, my biggest critique is, it looks like you have a good thing going with the base wood.
Yeah.
So keep focusing on that.
Like, I'm interested in the story. I want to know more.
Yeah, I need you to flesh out this story.
I need your fleshlight.
Yeah, we need your fleshlight. They say when you're making a story, you start with a beginning, and you start with an end.
Yep.
And then
fill in the gaps.
you fill in the gaps. I feel like that's what you need to do. I feel like he's just making shit on a whim.
As he goes.
You already have your start. I need you to be like, and then they lived happily ever after.
Yeah, whatever the world looks
died.
Like,
yeah, whatever
how do you want the world
like.
to look like after you're done with
and
this?
And then work backwards from there is what I need you to do, because again, your art's unfortunately only going to be able to carry you for so long.
That's how I write D&D campaigns.
There you go. Yeah.
You guys give me the beginning with your characters. I have an end spot in mind. I just kind of just loosely fill in because you guys never do the things I want you to.
Nope.
Why would you?
Yep. It's all part of the game. But yeah, honestly, all in all, if you take my art rating and the plot rating, I'm gonna give this like probably a cool 5.5.
Yeah, that's fair.
Not the worst thing I've ever seen by far. We have covered worse things on this channel.
Yeah.
And the art definitely doesn't make up for it. So I'm gonna give it a cool 5.5. If I'm being generous, I'll give it a 6.
I'm actually total. I'm gonna start with my total score and I'll break it down. I actually think I'm gonna give about a 6.5 to a 7 out of 10.
High fucking praise.
When I first looked at this, I legit thought that you had sent us like an artist's portfolio, like just a portfolio YouTube.
I was getting that thought.
That's what I thought. But then I found all this basewood stuff and like the monsters.
And they made a game.
You
know what? I'm gonna give it a. I'm gonna give it a 6.5 because they were able to make a game out of the basewood stuff. 6.5.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the dedication is there for me. Like, I want to know more about the humanoids. Like, I can't help that. I need to know more about that. So I'm hooked on the story. I obviously fucking love the artwork. Like, that shit was great. The only real thing that I'm missing is like higher production value. Yeah, and that comes with money, that comes with time, and that comes with people. And that might be something that
they
doesn't have,
which is fine.
So again, I can't really dock them for it.
Yeah,
I can't dock the creator. I will dock the actual series just simply because, like, I am trying to enjoy it. I would enjoy it more if it had a little higher production value. I know that's the appeal for analog horror, is that it can be like fucking nothing and it can still look good. But you know what I'm talking about.
And again, DARKMInd. This isn't a criticism on you. It's just.
I mean, it is a criticism.
No, I mean a bad,
Right.
bad. You know what I mean? It's a criticism. It's not like fuck
It's
you.
not like a fuck you criticism.
Yeah,
no,
it's
we're telling you what
if you
we
have the
think.
ability to get another person on board to give you ideas, maybe try. If you don't, that's fine too.
Yeah.
But
Just don't. I will say, find someone that's not us, because as much as we'd love to help with any of the projects that we actually cover, like we just don't have the time right now. So I don't know. More people would be good, but keep the idea. I like the idea. I think you have a good thing going there. I just think you need to figure out where you want to go with it. And once you kind of figure that out, you can fill in the points.
yep, exactly.
You'll just create a fucking banger story when it comes to it. So
Want to know what else is a banger of a story?
Bang Bros 9.
Yeah,
I mean, technically.
which is on our website, deludi.com. Go there.
As
You can
of
see
yesterday.
Bang Bros 9. You can also become a member of our website, deludi.com. Become a member. Give us money.
Oh, yeah.
You get things, which is fun. But also patreon.com/deludipod. Visit all of our socials. All of our socials are Deludi.
Just if you Google
DelutiPod or
you'll
don't
find
look under
us.
the internet. You'll fucking find us. Or honestly, the only one you should care about, linktree.com/DelutiPod.
That has everything.
Literally everything is on there. Check out our Discord
Yeah.
too. I haven't flaunted that enough. Give us 5 stars, please. You know, I'm not even saying give us 5 stars. Just rate us in general.
Yeah.
We've taken a slump on ratings. I would appreciate a 5-star, but I'll take anything at this point. That is not
Honesty, honestly.
yeah, that's not an invitation to be like, he said anything, 1 star. Just be honest. If you like us, cool. If not, then rate us however you want.
If you
But-
don't like us, tell us what it is.
Oh, it's because we tangent.
I mean, I'm sure that's a big
tangent
one.
way too much,
I'm
but-
sure that's a big one.
Yeah, just please, we need more reviews. So tell a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend, hey, just check these guys out. And then YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube. And then our email, you know, time's running out for us to do Hometown Horrors. We have a fuckload. So
We have so many.
We don't really need more, but if you
Send
feel
them.
like you want to send us your story, there's a chance we'll read it on air. Please send us your personal, a spooky, scary thing that has happened to you, whether it be supernatural or not, just a spooky thing that happened to you in your life. Send us that story to our email. It is deludipod@gmail.com. Make the subject line Hometown Horrors 2024.
Yep.
And put your name in there. You don't have to, but
If you want to, go
if
for
you
it.
want us to credit you, put your name in there.
Yeah.
Um,
We've gotten the replies we've gotten and the stories we've gotten
we
are
have
great.
Yeah, we have a fuckload of them.
Yeah, we have a lot to go through.
And then if
gonna
you
be a
want
long
to
episode.
call us, you can give us a call, leave us a voicemail. I have to at least say it one time.
You have to introduce it. You're right.
One time.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I don't have my headphones on. I can tell what you're doing.
Oh yeah.
So you can leave us a voicemail at our Google phone number at 630-909-9366, 630-909-9366, 630-909-9366.
So close,
Yeah.
bud.
But you can leave us a voicemail. We'll play it on the show. You can text us. We'll text you back. It's that fun.
It is fun. If I'm in charge of that, you won't get a reply back for like a day and a half.
It's fine. I never reply back anyway. So it's really all I got. If you see dead roots,
Cut them out.
cut them out.
Get the weed killer.
Get the weed killer. There you go. Get some off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Eat some miracle.
Call
Grow.
the was it Orkin? Call
Orkin,
Call
the
Orkin
pest
man.
exterminator.
Yeah. What do you got for the people?
As always, stay fucking paranoid, as I've said for the last 166 episodes or so. But what you are paranoid of can be, I know that's really up to you. You get to pick your own mental prison. Could it be these things?
Sure.
Are you terrified of squirrels? Maybe you think they're
Yes.
plotting against you.
They are.
Well, that's your own mental prison. Stay paranoid, my friend. The squirrels are out to
I
fucking
like
get
that. A
you.
mental prison. That's terrifying sounding.
I say it all the time. Some people build their own fucking prisons.
Yeah.
It's right here.
Yeah.
Anytime somebody is just pissed at somebody for more than like an hour, I'm like, you're just fucking like, they're living rent free in your head right
by
now.
brick.
Right.
By brick. Yeah.
Like, just get over it. Oh,
Yeah.
well.
Well,
Yeah, that's all I got to say.
well then, if that's the case, bye everyone. I love
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Oh no.
Fuck you.
Oh no.
Fuck you.
Oh no.
Fuck you.
Oh no.